What is on? Alright. What is going on, guys? As you can see, Pro 2 chassis behind me is completely stripped down, still dirty, but it doesn't mean we're not doing anything to it. We had a super long season, had the highs and had the lows, and yeah, pretty much we put a ton of abuse on these trucks, so at the end of the year, we bring them back to my West Coast shop and completely tear it down, and that's the stage that it's at right now. So pretty much from here on out, we're gonna be sending off all the parts, all the power steering pumps, suspension. We're gonna have all of the hard parts getting sandblasted, magged. It was the first year running this truck, so everything's new, everything's still settling in, and that's a big part about the off-season prep, is making sure all the new parts are still structurally sound, especially with how much abuse we put on them. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Parts are getting cleaned right now, lines are getting inspected, electronics are getting sent out and cleaned up, and yeah, there's a ton that goes into this process, and this is just one of the steps. But just want to let you guys know that we are going to be documenting and filming the whole rebuild process, as well as some of the kind of cleaning and little bits here and there, to really show you guys what goes into the off-season prep. I know you guys always see us on the track, but don't really quite know what exactly happens in the off-season, and that's where we're going to be showing you. So make sure you guys follow along. We're going to be dropping videos and really giving you guys the inside look of what it really takes to go racing. Last year was pretty good for the most part. We definitely had our, like I said, ups and our downs, and thankfully we didn't have any big crashes, but we definitely took some poundings and collisions in the front end. So that's one big thing, is when we get back, we're gonna check out the whole front end of the chassis, make sure everything's still straight and structurally sound. And thankfully, the truck never went on its lid. We did have another truck on top of me, so that's where we're gonna come back, get the chassis sandblasted, make sure all the welds are structurally sound, and really make sure everything looks good. That way it's perfectly safe coming into next year. So yeah, the 25 season, first year in the Pro 2 was definitely a wake-up call. All the guys out there are super fast and veterans of the class. They've pretty much been, some of them have been racing the class pretty much the majority of my career. So yeah, they're all proven drivers, and I'll put it out there, I got my butt kicked and handed to me pretty good. But you know, we started showing some speed towards the end there, towards the year, and you know, every weekend it was a new learning curve with the truck, trying to get myself comfortable in the truck and get it to do what I wanted to do. So every weekend we strived and kind of progressed, and you know, we got better and better. And like I said, towards the end of the year, we were right there with the top guys. So all in all, didn't have the best of years, but definitely learned a bunch. A couple of new things and additions we're gonna be doing to this truck is we're making some changes to the truck, got some brand new Foxes going on. So we've been working a lot with them in this season and really developing and kind of trying to try something new. So got for 26, we'll have fresh shocks on the truck, new components, new ideas going into that. We're working with Toyo, going to be doing a lot of off-season testing with them to really try to figure out what tire works best for me. And you know, as with the Pro 2s, there's a bunch of setup as converters, underdrive, and tires. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of time being put into that. That way we're coming to 2026 fully prepared and ready to give these guys a run for their money. I obviously drive several different trucks and different variations of off-road, and a lot of times people ask me, what's your favorite, what do you like more? And you know, it's so hard to pick, because really the Pro 2, it's the side-by-side, you're sitting next to an 800 horsepower motor right next to you. And the big difference between short course and desert is, well, I guess there's two big differences. Short course is a 15-minute race, as where desert is several hours. So that's one big difference. And then the second difference is it's a lot of side-to-side racing. As where desert, you're kind of spread out in the dust. You're racing more time instead of position-wise. So me personally, I grew up in short course, and I always have a soft spot in my heart for the side-to-side racing and, you know, sliding up next to each other, banging fenders. And it's more of like, I guess the best way to put it is pretty much it's like UFC. And then desert racing is like a long marathon race. So you got to go out there, gloves off, you got to throw passes, you got to rub doors to make it happen. Yeah, no, definitely coming into 26, I'm looking forward to definitely being there. And we're there this year, but we weren't putting passes, I guess you would say. We were hanging on, we were about the same speed, but we weren't really quite in the mix. And I think that's where I know my team and myself, we're gonna put in a bunch of work this off season to make sure we're ready for the 2026, to make sure we're in the battle this time. So that's kind of, I guess, my expectations for 2026 is to not be watching the battle, to be in it. So see what happens. I know, like I said, we're gonna put in the work this off season to make it happen. I think a big part of that is going to be having the new box shocks on board, definitely the Optimum batteries, because honestly, you can't start your truck in the beginning of the race, you're already out. And that's why I always like trust Optima, because they always get me started and they're always there. Toyo tires, great brand. It's been an awesome season with them, and we're learning more and more every single time I get in the truck as far as what tires and what I like and what we can do to be better. I think this first year was a big learning curve, and like I said, we learned a ton, and you know, us as a team, we're all coming together with all of my partners and everything. We're all starting to work better and better, and yeah, just moving forward. All right, and with that being said, make sure you guys drop a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. We always got a bunch of cool things going on here at the TGR shop. Drop a thumbs up, and most definitely drop a subscription.